Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video is going to be a trying new makeup, and things did not go so well in this video. I just want to take a minute to explain kind of what happened. You'll be able to see it too, but I was testing out a new foundation, and unfortunately it appears that I had an allergic reaction to it. So I kind of am panicking in the beginning of this video. Like you'll see, things aren't going super well with the application in general, but then my skin really starts to tingle and become very irritated, and I kind of just panicked, shut off my camera, and ran to the bathroom to take it off because I just didn't want it to get worse. So I wanted to let you guys know ahead of time, and then it kind of really put me in a weird mood. I was still really unsure. I was really nervous to reapply foundation, not the same foundation, but a different one. I was just kind of nervous to how things would go. So it's a little bit, it's not my best video, I'm not gonna lie to you, but I tried my best, so I hope that you are still able to enjoy it. I do have some other new products though that I was really excited to try out. I have the Sailor Moon collaboration with Colourpop, so I have the eyeshadow, the blush, and the lip products on. I did purchase the new concealer from Pat McGrath, so I'm giving my first impression on that. I have a bronzer from Too Faced and also a highlight from Lunar Beauty. So I wanted to keep going. I wanted to try to keep making this video. I hope that you guys enjoy it. Yeah, without further ado though, why don't we just go ahead and jump into it. Hello. Hello. It's gonna be hard to take that seriously, but welcome. Welcome. All right, I'm gonna start off with my face. So I really wanted to try this one here from Covergirl. This is their Clean Fresh Skin Milk. All right, so I actually purchased this. I did an Ulta try on haul recently, but I had purchased two different foundations, the Milani Screen Queen and then also this one from Covergirl. And then after that, Covergirl actually did send me this collection, including the new foundation. So I wanted to give this one a try. I grabbed out the shade Light, and first I'm gonna go ahead and use this primer. I've been loving this primer from Urban Decay, the All Nighter Long Wear Foundation Grip. I think that's really nice. I've used it in quite a few of my videos as well too. Then moving over to the Covergirl, so some of the details says show off your fresh healthy skin, formulated without parabens, sulfates, or phthalates. It's a lightweight nourishing liquid foundation to give your skin the moisture boost. You'll experience a glowy, dewy finish that lasts all day long, blurring imperfections and creating a more even skin tone. Okay, so I grabbed out the shade Light. I'm going to use my Blendiful from Tati Beauty. I like to take this traveling quite a bit. I like it over a sponge because if I'm in my car, I don't have to worry about getting it wet or anything like that. So don't judge me, but the back side, I just like flipped the thing because I'm filming this on Thursday. I was out of town on Tuesday, so I took it with me. So I'm looking at the back. It doesn't say that you have to shake it, but I'm just gonna shake it. It's a sheer buildable coverage, instant and all day hydration. Okay, that's kind of why I wanted to use this, because I feel like this is a little bit of a lighter coverage, and sometimes with the Blendiful I feel like I can get a little bit more of an oomph with it. So I'm just gonna add some to the Blendiful like so. I'm gonna add a little bit more because I feel like more was necessary. I don't know if I like the smell on this. I don't know, I feel like it smells odd, but I'm just gonna go ahead and just kind of tap it in. I do have a first impressions video with the Blendiful if you'd be interested in checking it out, but I've been using it more, you know, I want to come back and give my full review. I'm already like not sure what's going on. Okay. What is going on? I already have this happening. I've used the Urban Decay primer quite a bit. And I've never noticed anything like that happening with it, so that's kind of weird. What's going on? This is very odd. Maybe I should use my fingers. I don't know. I don't feel like it's the Blendiful because I've been using the Blendiful quite a bit. But I don't know, that just doesn't even look right. That just like doesn't even look right on my skin. It looks like odd. Okay, I'm gonna try my fingers, even though I don't really use my fingers a lot, but it's very liquidy, it's very thin. So I'm gonna try this. It does feel, look, it feels very, very light. Okay, what is going on? This is the weirdest. I'm not prepared for what's happening on my face right now. And it's kind of stinging my face. Like my skin feels like it's kind of tingly. This is really bizarre to me. Okay, that was really weird. I don't feel like I've had something like that happen, especially while I was filming. So obviously I took that foundation off. As I was kind of sitting here like, okay, what is going on? I've used that Urban Decay primer a ton. It kind of looked like it was pilling, which happens with the Milk Hydro Grip primer. And I have to let that primer really sit for like 10 minutes. But a reason why I really like this Urban Decay one is because I feel like you don't have to do that. But regardless, I still waited a bit. I couldn't find my dog. I mean, I knew she was in my house, but she was downstairs and I was like, oh, I hope she didn't get into anything. Like, did we leave a door open or something? So I'd walked away and went and got her. So it had been a few minutes before I actually went in with the foundation. So I don't think it was the primer. I've been using the Blendiful on a pretty regular basis with a variety of different foundations. I haven't had that kind of issue either. But what really started to scare me was that, I think I mentioned it on camera, but my skin was starting to tingle. And even like as I was sitting here and I was trying to decide what to do, it really started to tingle. And it kind of scared me. I've heard that some people have had allergic reactions to this foundation. I mean, you never really know what it is that's setting someone off, and we're very different when it comes to allergies, but I knew that had happened to some people. And so I just kind of started to panic. It was pretty significant. So I literally just ran into the bathroom and took it off. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what happened. So I took my makeup off. I let it just kind of sit for a while. I put some of my Lunar Beauty serum on. I like to use that serum before makeup, but I'm gonna do my eyes right now and then switch back over to the face. I'm all sorts of like befuddled at the moment. I hope I didn't just like really hurt my skin, because like I have enough issues right now as it is. I hope I didn't just do further damage. I'm gonna try to keep moving. I wanna do my eyes. I just wanna like give my face a little bit of time to like chill. So I wanna use the Sailor Moon palette. This was the Colourpop Sailor Moon collaboration. This did sell out very quickly, but I asked in my Will I Buy It video if you still want to see anything with it, and I got a lot of people saying yes. I got a lot of DMs of people saying that they wanted to see looks with it. So that is what I'm going to do. This one was sent over to me in PR from Colourpop. That is really so cute. And then this is what the inside of the palette looks like. So I'm definitely excited to try this one out. We have the 12 different shades here. The front, like this packaging is really cool. That is awesome. So I'm going to try to put together a look with this one. I have a couple other products from the collection as well. Oh my gosh, I feel like this video is just going to be a disaster now. I don't even know what's going on. I'm going to use my Urban Decay primer potion for this. That was just weird. Like everything about it was weird. The way it looked was weird. The way it was applying was weird. My fingers, it was like things were just sitting on top of my skin, which, I mean, at that point I'm like, had I just gone in with too much? I don't know, but still, I mean, the bottom line is like, it was straight up like tingling my skin. I don't know what that was. I'm kind of like shook up. I just want to like get through this video. And with this palette, when I was looking at it, I had something pop into my mind. Hopefully it's not too boring, but I really think this shade is beautiful. But I also am really liking like some of these at the bottom. So I was thinking maybe something kind of neutral on top, but like a pop of color on the lower lash line. It's really revolutionary, but you've never seen a look like that ever in your life. So I'm first gonna go in with Moon Castle, and I'm using the Sigma E54, and I'm just going to tap this on the outer part of my eye. This one has a little bit more kind of like salmon, like a pinky salmonness to it. Looking at this palette, I was thinking that it might be good for people who like you like color but not like overly, I don't know, like not like overly super colorful, because there's not, I'm definitely much more of like a neutral lover. There's not a lot in here for kind of like my traditional transitions that I go for, you know, what I put in the crease and what I build up with. And there's more color in here, but at the same time, I don't think it's like very overpowering. So there's a little bit of that. I was getting some comments that people wanted to see my review and my thoughts on this one because I didn't watch Sailor Moon. And so people wanted to see a review from someone who's not like a diehard fan, because I'm kind of here and I'm like, I don't really know what color I should go in with next. I'm just gonna veer courses a little bit than what I was originally planning to do. I'm gonna take a little bit of Love, I think this one is, yeah, Love. And I'm just gonna keep that same brush and add this out here as well. This one does have some shimmer in it, so you can see a little bit of shimmer going onto my lids. And so even with this pink shade, like it's not like neon, but it's, I mean, it's pretty bright, but I feel like it was easy to use, like easy to build up. So again, that's what I'm saying, if you like color, but maybe you're not quite as experienced like myself, or if you didn't want anything very like wah, 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 this might be a good option for you. Okay, I really want to take this shimmer here, so Silver Crystal, it's the third shade here, and ooh, okay, that looks pretty. I'm gonna try it with my finger, but my nail might make this kind of difficult, so I'm just gonna kind of pat it on. Try it with a brush and see if it works. This is the Sigma E58. It might apply best with the fingers, but sometimes it's just harder for me because I have long nails, which are real, my real nails. Thank you so much, very proud. Okay, so I'm just kind of patting this one on the eyelid. I am using a dry brush too. I think it looks nice. It doesn't have as much I guess much of as an effect as I was kind of hoping for. In the pan it looks like extremely stunning, but I feel like on the eyes it kind of just looks like a, I don't know, just kind of like a normal shadow, which isn't bad, but I guess I just thought it was going to be something a little bit extra. Fallout around my eyes, so I mean, hey, maybe it's a good thing that I will be starting over with my face. Putting a little bit of Love. It's gonna be like the worst. Get ready. I just feel like I'm in such a weird mood right now that I don't even want to keep filming, but okay. I mean, I don't feel like this is anything super groundbreaking with the eyes. I'm gonna start in on the face with the palette in a little bit and we'll kind of finish everything off, but I'm gonna move back over to my face and see what happens. So I know that I'm flustered because I was just sitting here talking to the camera and I realized I didn't even hit record, but I'm moving back over to my face. And I did purchase the new Pat McGrath Concealer. I bought this from Sephora and it just came in, so I want to use that. So I'm going to use the Pat McGrath Primer and Foundation as well. I already put the primer on because I thought I was recording, because this is the best video you've ever seen. So that's good. And I'm going to use this foundation. It's one of my favorites. I'm going to use my gigantic Sonia Kashuk sponge, since the Blendiful is covered in the Covergirl, and I don't want, in case it was an allergic reaction, which I guess I don't know what else it would be, but I don't want that to come into contact with my skin again, just in case. So I don't know. So Pat McGrath foundation, looking good, nothing weird going on. Okay, so at least there's that. I don't know, I was like, maybe something's wrong with my skin. I mean, I don't know. I've been using retinol really regularly and it can be kind of drying. I was like, I don't know, am I just, I don't know. I mean, I had so many different thoughts running through my head of like what in the world could possibly be going on, but everything worked out with Pat. Thanks, girlfriend. So moving over to the concealer. So this just recently launched at Sephora. I had a 15% off coupon because when I bought the Natasha Denona Love palette, Sephora was running that promotion, like spend $50 now, get 15% off to use later. And there was only 4 days to use it. I almost didn't use it, but the last day you could, this came for sale and I was like, screw it, I'm gonna buy the concealer then. So this was $32. It says a creamy, lightweight, full coverage concealer with a natural radiant matte finish that brightens under the eye and hides the appearance of blemishes. Okay, and I grabbed the shade L6. It says light with pink neutral undertones. Sometimes I like a concealer that has a little bit of pink to it because I feel like it kind of helps color correct for me, like kind of brighten things up a little bit, you know? So it's heavy. It's a heavy concealer. Do some bicep crunches. Oof. And then pretty standard doe foot on it, a little bit smaller. Let me see. Shade looks to be pretty decent actually. Okay. All right. Well, let's give it a shot. Let's try to turn this video around. Okay. Shall we? All right. So I'm going to start small and just add a little bit right here. Ooh, right off the bat, it feels a little bit drier than I want it to be. But we'll see. We'll give it a shot. I'm going to come back in with my sponge and see how it blends out. I feel like it blends out pretty easily though, which is good. I like something that's usually a little bit more hydrating, just kind of easier to blend out, but I also really like coverage. Oh, I shouldn't have put, why did I put concealer there? I tell ya. I think that looks really good though. Okay, let me try this side. I could just kind of feel it, like obviously as I was applying it, I was like, ooh no, I wonder, because sometimes if it's too dry, I feel like I can't move it, like I feel like I can't blend it out. And I also, with having kind of more dry skin normally, I can get really dry under eyes. And if the concealer isn't, you know, hydrating enough, I just feel like it really shows all the dryness and everything, but shade match looks to be really good. It honestly doesn't look too pinky, I don't think. I definitely have pinkier concealers. That looks pretty good. I actually really like the coverage on it. I thought it blended out decently too, and it almost just kind of, I think that this looks really nice. So it says lightweight full coverage concealer. It does say creamy. I don't know if I think it's really creamy. Lightweight full coverage with a natural radiant matte finish to brighten the under eye. I feel like it's definitely, like it looks a little bit more mattifying, but I would agree with full coverage. Lightweight, I kind of go back and forth on because it just felt a little bit more of an oomph as I was applying it, but I really like how my under eyes are looking right now. I think they look nice. Hey, okay, so far so good. I mean, first impression, I just put it on, but yeah, so far so good. I'm gonna use this concealer to kind of spot correct some of the blemishes I have. So sometimes I just come back in and do like a second pass with the foundation, but knowing I had the concealer, I was like, I'll just give it a shot. So I'm just gonna do it over some of the areas where I still feel I can see some redness coming through. I feel like this is gonna be a really good one for like spot correcting too, because it is more full coverage. So I feel like that really, wow, yeah, I feel like that really helped. Ooh. Okay, thank goodness things are going well. I'm gonna take my Pat McGrath powder. This is in my current Shop My Stash bag, and I'm gonna go ahead and use that to set the concealer as well. I'm also gonna add the powder to the areas where I added some concealer also. And I feel like even after adding powder, like my under eyes don't look too dry. That was kind of one of my concerns as well. When I felt that the formula feels a little bit drier, I was just like, oh no, this is just, why are you still filming? You should just stop and just go cry. ugh, you know, that's how I was feeling. I'm gonna leave the powder there for a second. I'm gonna move on to bronzer. So I'm gonna use this one from Too Faced. This is the Sun Puppy Bronzer. This one is $32. It's a newer one. It is limited edition. It even says it right on the back. Limited edition bronzer. So you have 3 different shades technically in here. I swirl them all together, and I like it for me, but pretty much if you are lighter than me, I don't know if this bronzer is gonna work for you, which is kind of a bummer. I wish they would have came out with more shades, or like just switched these around to you know what I'm saying, like have the main shade maybe be something else. I don't know, because like I like it, it's cute, you know, obviously it's part of the Clover collection. Like this dog, it's super cute. I call my dog the Sun Pup, so like that's great, but it doesn't really work for everyone. So there's that. I'm gonna use my Sigma F30, and then again, like I said, I just kind of swirl it all around. And I do think that it's nice. It's very light, like I do build it up. It also has a pretty sheen to it, which I also enjoy. I have gotten a lot of questions on this one though. I did an Instagram tutorial with it too, because a lot of people seem to be very interested in it. So hopefully by me applying it, you could get an idea if you think that this one would work for you or not before you buy it. So hopefully it helps. So again, I just kind of build it up here, and I'm pretty like firm when I am putting my brush into it too, just to kind of help build it up a little bit more. So just to give you an idea. So this is the Sun Puppy Bronzer on me. Again, I think that you can see like it has a really nice glow to it. So just to give you an idea if you'd be interested in it, if you think that it would work for you, that is what it looks like. I like it for myself. Like it's pretty easy to use. It was easy to build up and all of that. I'm just gonna go ahead and dust away this powder. For blush, I have the 2 here from the Sailor Moon collection. We have Cat's Eye and From the Moon. So again, packaging on all of this is very, very cool. I can see if you are a lover of this shell, like this would just be really fun to have. And this blush here, which this one is Cat's Eye, this does look to have like glitter in it. These are the swatches of the 2 blushes. So the bottom one is From the Moon, and then the top one is the Cat's Eye. So Cat's Eye does look to have like a little bit of shimmer in it. You can see it a lot like closer up to the pan, but even in the swatch, it kind of reminds me a little bit of the Love shade that I put on my eyes. So I think I'm gonna go in with this one, we'll just give it a shot. Just try it out and see what happens. There is also a mirror in these, which I think is nice. Just gonna take off the plastic there. So I'm just gonna kind of like lightly tap my brush in it and tap it off, and just try to like cross my fingers that this will be okay. That's pretty actually. Very pigmented. So again, very light tap. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at it. I wasn't sure either of these blush colors would really scream me, but I think to the collection, just looking at the eyeshadow palette and all of that, like I do think that it makes sense. Like I think everything ties in really well together. And kind of giving off a sheen, especially mixed in with that Sun Puppy bronzer, kind of a glow to the cheeks. Okay, it's a little bit harder than I normally would go with my blushes. I don't mind that blush. I'm pretty happy about that. In my brows off camera, I also added some liner to my waterline. This is the Pure On Point liner in Hotline. So I'm gonna come back into the Sailor Moon palette to finish off the lash line. So I initially was going for something neutral on top with a pop of color on the bottom. That kind of changed since we went in with a little bit more pink. So I'm gonna try this shade down here and just see what happens. Yeah. The color selection in here is throwing my mind through a bit of a loop, but you know, we'll go ahead and we'll just go ahead and see what we get. I just kind of wanted to do a few different colors. So this one is more purple in Miracle Romance. I'm just gonna keep going because why not? I'm gonna take a little bit of the other purple. This one is in Luna. And I'm just gonna use the same brush, but I'm just going to really make it purple on the lower lash line. For the inner corner, I'm gonna grab this shade right here. This is Silver Millennium. And just add this into the inner corner. This one I believe is a Super Shock shade. I'm gonna add some of the Fenty Beauty mascara. I like this mascara. I do think that it transfers throughout the day, but I don't plan on wearing this makeup very long. I'll just be honest with you. I'm still a little bit freaked out, so I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this mascara. Once the eyes are finished off, I'm going to come in with my highlight. I'm really excited to try this one from Lunar Beauty. This is Manny Emiway's brand. I actually had a subscriber send this over to me in my video brands that I want to try in 2020. I did it in a top 5 bottom 5 format, and I mentioned this one in the bottom 5, not necessarily because I didn't want to try the brand, but because I thought I did it as in bottom 5, as in I'm interested, but I don't think it's gonna happen because I just said there hasn't been a lot of releases that really called to me or like my particular aesthetic or, you know, personal makeup vibe. But a lot of people said the highlights are really nice, so I mean, definitely this packaging is really beautiful. This is Venus. Do I have that right? Yeah, the Moon Prism powder in Venus. So I'm gonna do a swatch of it. So it might be a little bit dark on, yeah, it might be a little bit dark on me. So I'll just have to be very careful and see how it goes, because I'm pretty fair right now. I keep meaning to start self-tanning and I just haven't done it. So this is $26. It says Moon Prism Highlight Powder is very smooth and creamy, designed to go from buildable to blinding in seconds. I could definitely tell when I swatched it. It's definitely very creamy. So it says it's a stunning true medium gold highlight. All right, and it does say it's out of stock right now on the Lunar Beauty website. So let's see. I initially grabbed out a different brush, but I'm going to use one that's not quite as dense. This is from Milk Makeup with the Sephora collection. It does have a mirror in here, so I'm just going to like start pretty lightly and build it up. Okay, not too bad. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit more. Ooh, that's really pretty. Off the bat, I don't think that it's looking too dark for me, so I'm gonna kind of highlight around my brow as well. I was really expecting this to not work so well, but even sometimes it looks okay from the side, but when you look straight on, like it can look a little bit funky, but I don't see that. Hey. Well, isn't this exciting? Something going right. Whew. Thank goodness. Wow, that's really, really beautiful. Wow, and it's very smooth. I don't think that it shows a ton of texture. Like, it doesn't look like it kind of blends in easily to the skin. It doesn't look like it's kind of just sitting there on top. Wow, I'm really impressed with this. My nose is a little bit dry right now, but let's just try to pretend that it's not. I think that's really beautiful. Have you guys tried the Lunar Beauty highlights yet? Dang, thank you so much, Rochelle, for sending this over. I don't know if I would have bought this on my own, especially seeing the color. I don't know if I don't think I would have bought this on my own, but that's pretty nice. Excellent. Okay, so we just have to finish it off with the lips, and there is 2 from the Sailor Moon collection. Here I am throwing things again. So we have Daylight and Moonlight, and these are, there's an ultra blotted lip and an ultra glossy lip in each one. So this is the Moonlight lip bundle. We have the glossy lip on top, which is Sailor Moon, and then the Ultra Blotted Lip on the bottom, which is Bun Head. And these are the two in the Daylight bundle. And these are the swatches over here. So on top is the Ultra Glossy Lip, which is Moon Tiara, and the bottom is the Ultra Blotted Lip, which is Usagi. So kind of similar tones in here. You probably wouldn't need both. I mean, unless, you know, collector reasons and all of that, I totally get it. But especially the Ultra Blotted Lips, I feel like are really similar to one another. So there's that. I'm gonna do the Usagi and see what this one looks like. So again, this is the Ultra Blotted Lip. I will say for both of the applicators on the Ultra Glossy and the Ultra Blotted, they're like very hard. It was kind of strange. It doesn't feel the greatest. So let me see what I think to get them on my lips. This one will go with this look pretty well. Okay, so the Ultra Blotted Lips are typically a little bit more, just like a little bit more sheer, like they're supposed to look like you've blotted your lips a bunch. So I don't tend to love the formula because I like something that is a little bit more opaque on the lips. Like I like liquid lipsticks. But I don't mind this color. I think that it does look nice. And they do dry. They do dry. So I feel like I should do a little bit of the gloss on top. We're here and like, why not? So the one in that bundle is Moon Tiara. So with that Ultra Glossy Lip, again, just kind of like a hard applicator. It's kind of weird. I'm just gonna kind of pat that. So there is that lip combo. I mean, I definitely feel like it goes with the eye look, and it's very pink and a little bit of gloss added in there. Again, neither formula is my absolute favorite when it comes to Colourpop, but I don't feel like I remember the applicators being this way. I just feel like those are kind of bizarre, but maybe they are. I don't feel like I've tried newer ones recently, so maybe that's just the way that they are now. But that is going to complete this look. I'm gonna like let my hair down and try to gather some final thoughts for this video. So with the Covergirl foundation, I'm not going to be using it again because I do think something was happening with my skin. My skin was just not reacting well to it. I don't want to do that again to my skin. I can't say when I was first applying it that I felt like it looked absolutely beautiful. Again, it could have been an issue with the primer. I don't know what happened, but it wasn't like as I applied it, I was like, oh wow, this is looking well. But regardless to that, the biggest issue here is that something else was happening. So unfortunately, I won't be able to give a review on it. Again, I've seen some people comment to say that others have been having reactions to the foundation, but I've also, all the videos that I've seen so far on this one, people seem to like it. And I haven't seen anyone else mention a reaction. I haven't seen everybody's video, of course, on this one. So I'm sure there's mixed things. So it's hard for me to say what exactly it is in here that is causing me to react, and everyone is different when it comes to allergic reactions. I do have sensitive skin. I do want to say that. I do have sensitive skin, but I've had reactions to like eyeshadow formulas. I've had reactions to mascaras, and obviously it varies from person to person. So I don't know what exactly was in this, but I won't be using it again. This makes me really sad. I was really looking forward to it. Like I mentioned, I got this in PR from Covergirl, but I had actually already purchased the foundation myself from Ulta. So bummer. It happens. So bummer. Okay, moving on to happier things though. I did really like the McGrath Concealer. I'm very excited about that because, you know, a $32 concealer, like I still feel like my under eyes look really good. It's been a while that, you know, I've been kind of hanging out here, but I feel like the concealer looks really well. I'll be curious to see kind of how it holds up, but I'm very impressed with it. It did feel a little bit on the drier side, but it blended nice. I do think that it's full coverage, and I think my under eyes look really smooth. And I'm appreciative of that. So off the bat, and it's heavy. I like that it has a little bit of like a oomph to it because, you know, it's expensive. Too Faced. Again, I do like this one. This wasn't a first impression today. I do like it. It's just going to be kind of up to you if it will be able to work for your skin tone. So hopefully seeing it on me, I hope that that helped. Moving over to the Sailor Moon collection. Okay, so for the eyeshadow palette, I know people were saying that they wanted to get my opinion as someone who's not a like diehard Sailor Moon you know, watcher, collector, and all of that. Obviously, packaging on this is very cute. I like the packaging on everything. The palette, if we have really similar tastes, like if we have a lot of the same eyeshadow palette favorites and all of that, I don't know if you would necessarily love this one. Again, it's not overly colorful, but at the same time, there's really not a lot, there's not like a ton neutral about it either. And then we have like this pop of yellow and all of that. For me going into it, I got stumped a few times of like what exactly I was going to do and how I was going to put everything together. The quality in it does seem nice. I was a little bit disappointed by the silver crystal shade. I just expected that one to have a little bit more of a pop to it. But some of the other ones, like there's not a lot of just like mattes either. You know, we have some of these that have the shimmer in the bottom row as well, and then like the glitters, the super shock, and all of that. Does absolutely everyone need this palette? You know, probably not. And going just kind of off of my personal makeup preferences, if we share them, I don't know if you would absolutely lose your mind over this palette as well. I think that it'll be fun to go into from time to time because it kind of got me out of my comfort zone just a little bit. I don't think I did anything that crazy with the eyes, but it kind of made me sit and think like, okay, what colors could I put what colors could I put together, what maybe will end up looking okay, and all of that. So I think like the individual shades in here are all really pretty, just sometimes putting them together I get a little bit stumped. So is it a nice palette? Yes. Do I feel like absolutely everyone needs this palette? No. I know that there's probably a lot of like FOMO going on right now because it sold out so quickly. So I was getting comments from people like, I also don't know Sailor Moon, but now I kind of want this palette because everyone seems so hyped about it. And I think the hype is coming from the Sailor Moon and those who, you know, the nostalgia factor and all of that. That's what I think it's kind of coming from. Probably not necessarily like the palette by itself and the color scheme, the form, you know, and all of that. So I just want to say that just in case anyone's like, right when the restock comes, I absolutely have to get it. I did just want to like say that. I do still think the quality is nice. Colourpop pressed eyeshadow palettes I think are some of like the best around, seriously, and especially for the price and all of that, I think that they are great. But they also have a lot of other ones that are on their website now that are permanent and all of that I would recommend even more than the Sailor Moon. So I hope that that helped. Again, this is my first impression and all of that. Who knows, I might absolutely like fall in love with this palette. Yeah, all of that. Keep in mind, first impression. The blushes, the blush that I used, I actually thought was really pretty. I thought it was going to be quite a bit more intense than it was. So I think if you're just kind of careful with it. So again, Cat's Eye. I thought it looked pretty nice. So I'm happy about that. These are kind of intimidating blushes to look at. I'm not going to lie. A little intimidated, but I think that things went fairly smoothly. And then for the lips, the Ultra Blotted Lip, again, if that's kind of your look, that's kind of your vibe, I would recommend them. I do like that they dry down and all of that. And then the Ultra Glossy Lip, again, I am a lip gloss fan, but Colourpop doesn't have my absolute favorite gloss formula. The shades I think make sense to the collection and everything, but they're not some of my personal favorites. Like this is a little bit brighter than I would normally go for. And then I think we just have the Lunar Beauty Highlight. I think this is kind of one of the standout products along with the McGrath Concealer. I think that this is really beautiful. It did swatch nicely. I thought it was going to be a little bit too dark, but I don't know. I think that it looks good. Very blinding. I mean, like you said, it goes to very blinding very quickly. So I'm impressed by this. I'm excited to using it, and I'll come back to give a full review on everything. I'm so sorry that my Covergirl foundation review did not work out. I know I've had a lot of people request that I review that one, so sorry about that. I hope that you were still able to enjoy this. I hope I didn't seem too negative after that instance, but I almost truly, if this video wasn't going to go live tomorrow, I don't think I would have put makeup back on my face because I just, you know, that kind of freaks me out a little bit. But I hope that you were still able to enjoy watching this. Of course, let me know your thoughts in the comments. As always, though, if you guys did enjoy this video, I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up. I hope that you'll also consider subscribing before you go, and I will see you in my next video.